Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. I do bonus videos. I do surprise uploads. So you're going to want to subscribe, hit the bell, yada yada. Okay, this was a subscriber requested video, but I'm really like happy to be doing it, and I think that it'll be super fun. So someone asked me if I could compare all of the FF colors, and that means face framing. You're going to see them in brands like Freetress Equal, Model, which I think they're the same company, and Mayde Beauty. I thought that I would compare them all and let you know what the differences are. In certain cases, the differences are very subtle. All the wigs that I'm wearing, outside of one, I believe, have reviews that are already up. Of all of the FF colors, there's only two that I don't have, and those are the outliers. So all of the FF colors are actually in the brown family, except for two. One of them is the FF350, and this is the Viva wig. I will insert a picture here, but the FF350 is a red color, that copper fire color. And then the other one is the FF530, which is going to be sort of that whiny, like 99J situation.
FF Amber is another red I do not have. FF Russet is a more orangey color. I have that in the Mayde Beauty wig, which has a review up currently.
And this is the Viva wig from Freetress Equal. The other outlier is actually this color. This is FF427. This is the only one of the FF colors that has a number 4 root. So if that's something that you want, you're going to want to go with the 427. So this is a number 4 root. The base color of the wig is a 4, and then it just sombres sort of into that 27. So it kind of looks like, you know, you had lighter hair and then it just grew out, and I really, really love that. This was one of the first wigs I ever got and started wearing. She's a little bit ratty, so I think I'm actually going to cut her up to about here. You can look at the whole review on her, but this is the outlier. This is FF427. It's a number 4 root, a number 4 base, and it has the 27 highlights. Next up is this is Valentino. This is also, I got her the same time I got that original Viva, and I have her in the color FFCream. I have two Valentinos. No, this was the second one I got. I originally got the FFGoldenBrown. Okay, so the reason that this is where it is, because it definitely is noticeably lighter in the front. This is face framing. However, this is not a number 4 root. So whereas Viva is a number 4 root, this is definitely a number 2 root, but it does have the lighter in the front, and I do believe, to me, it has the most variation, because I feel like I see like a little bit of the reds in there, definitely some of the 27s, and even maybe sprinkled in like the tiniest bit of a 613, just a little tiny bit. So if you're looking for something that's, you know, still the base is brown, but you want something that has a noticeably, like, look at that, sort of that like peanut butter chocolate situation, that's what this is going to be. So the FFCream is what you're going to want to go for. And next I have Model's ELECTRA. I do have a review up on her, and I have her in the color FF Warm Brown. I'm going to be honest, this one is very, very similar to the FFCream of Freetress Equal. I do see this like very light 27 in the front, these sort of brown mixed in the back. The only thing that I would say is slightly different is I do think that this is like a 1B root. It's not a number 2, it's darker root. So if you're one that maybe you have darker hair, but you do want this coloring, I would go with the FF Warm Brown as opposed to the FFCream. But to be honest, I think they're the same. Outside of one of the roots might be slightly darker. This is another Valentino wig. I've actually cut her already, and this is in the FFGoldenBrown. So the color differences between FFCream, the FF Warm Brown, and the FFGoldenBrown are very subtle. The the first Valentino wig and the ELECTRA wig from Model. Those were both, one of them was the FFCream and then the other one was the FFGoldenBrown. They definitely favor each other more. They have the lighter in the front, the brown in the back, but the brown in the back of both of those wigs actually has like a little reddish mixed in as well. So it's going to be a little warmer and a little like you were out in the sun and you had a little blonde, but you also have a natural red highlight. Like when I go out, my natural hair will turn a little bit red. So those are what those two are. This is pretty much the same. Now, if you can see, I'll actually insert a picture of the FFCream and the FFGoldenBrown. So the only difference that I really feel with this FFGoldenBrown color is that it's going to be not as warm in the back. Like there's no reds back here. It's just more browns. And then sort of this 27 in the front. So if you're not really a fan of the reddish tones, I think go with the FFGoldenBrown, and it's going to be able to lean a little bit more neutral or cool tone if that's where you're going, whereas the FFGoldenBrown and the FFCream are definitely have that red, so it has that warm effect. Potentially, can't really tell. I think because there's no red and it's more brown with the 27, it does feel like there's more blonde in the front. I don't think there is, but I think with the other two, since it's sort of sombrered in where it's more of a gradient, it just meshes in more, so it looks like it's less heavy in the front, but I think they're the same. So this is just going to really be a preference whether you want more of a neutral or cool tone situation, or if you want one that's going to go a little bit warmer tone. But the base root colors are the same in all three. I mean, the FFGoldenBrown could be slightly more of a 1B. This is definitely a number 2, but outside of that, really, you're not going to notice it too much. So that's the difference between those. Next up, we have Freetress Valencia, and I do have a review on her, and she's in the color FF Hot Choco or Cocoa. I do want to say that I have another wig. I don't have it, but I can insert the clips. Same from Freetress in this FF Hot Cocoa or Hot Choco, however you want to say it. That's curly, so you can kind of see what it would look like in a curly wig, and that's Malina. So I'll insert that right there. The big difference for this one is this is noticeably darker. This number 2 is really extending down into the bulk of the wig. So it's definitely more cool toned. This is darker, and the other difference is yes, it has the face framing right here, which is definitely a 27. So the contrast looks much different because you have more of that number 2 and then probably like a 2-4 mix, and then the 27 right against the face. The other difference that you don't find in the other wigs is this light 27 is on the underneath side of the entire wig. So if you can see that, it's on the underside of the whole wig. That's really what's going to show the biggest difference. Is it's gonna look like you have more lighter pieces in the front, because you do, because the whole underside is, so especially if you're wearing it like this, it's just gonna look much lighter in the front. It is darker in the back than the other ones, but there are more highlights on this one. So, and this is definitely leaning more cooler toned or a neutral color. So that's this one. And last but not least this is Viva again. This is a newer one. I was doing a series, well, I'm still doing a series where I buy my favorite wigs, but in different colors to see if I still like them. And so that video on Viva will be up soon. I have her in FF30. This is the only one that I would say is darker than the Hot Choco, not in the base, but just overall, because you do have that really light face framing in the front. It's different from the russet, whereas I actually do see face framing highlights. This is just more subtle. So if you want sort of like a face framing thing, you want a little bit of a highlight, but you don't want it to be like blonde right here. This is definitely a number 2, sombre down into the 30. And then the 30 right here is just, you see, it's just, there's a couple extra highlights in the front of the 30. But this is more of a solid colored wig. So this is like you want a little something, but you don't want it to go crazy. I would go with the FF30. That's what I have for you. Those are the comparisons. I hope that this was helpful. If there's any color ranges that you want to maybe see comparison videos on, you could put that down below. Every wig that I showed, I have a review of. This was a subscriber request, so if you do request, I do really try to make the videos that you're requesting because you want to see them. And what do you think? What are the differences? Which one of the FF face framing colors is your favorite? If you have that FF350 or the FF530, which is the coppery colored one and the 99J colored one, chime in down below what you think of those. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you have, thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.